Welcome to my presentation. I'm Rajiv Ahmed from Stanford University School of Medicine. I'm working with real-time biosensing for protein detection with DBT surface plasma resonance for DBT-based surface plasma resonance. In my presentation, I will discuss background for my institute, Stanford Canary Center, and also structural color and like optical based biosensing and how and my research objective. And I will discuss about the bulk sensing and surface sensing and how we can get the phenoresonance from the DBT surface plasma. And finally, I will show some experimental results for like a glycerin, also some protein, also some antibody, and also some virus detection. And finally, I will finish my presentation with the conclusion and acknowledgement from my group. I'm at Canary Center. Here there are like 8 groups, and we are working with cancer, early stage cancer detection, and also like detection therapy and also diagnosis. And my group, BAM group, we are also at Canary Center, and my supervisor, Professor Utkan Dimarsi, and we are working with micro and nanoscale technology to solve the medical problem, like for diagnosis, also like treatment. So nanostructure is everywhere. If you see in the nature, we can see the color of the nature. So from the color of the nature, there are also some nanostructure there, and we can use this nanostructure for the light property, like a reflection, diffraction, also like scattering. And for this property, we can also use for biosensing. And so for optical disc, people already use optical disc as a biosensor platform. And why they are using? Because for this one, we don't need to go for the clean room, and because the nanostructure is already there, so we can use this nanostructure and for the biosensing platform. So my project aims to use this optical disc for the biosensing and like to sense different target molecule. It may be the virus or it may be the cancer exosome. And so for my sensor, I use a piece of DVD and clean the surface, make the surface coating, and use microfluidic assembly and use as a microfluidic chip-based biosensor. So I clean the surface and then put with the three different material and use that one in a microfluidic chip for the biosensor. Here is the piece of DVD surface, and we have a grating structure, and from the grating we can see also that it's a rainbow color, so we can say and it's very uniform, so you don't need to go for the clean room facilities, and you can use this structure for your biosensor. And for me, I use 3 different layers like a titanium and like a silver and gold, and we can see that it has a resonance and also like a plasmonic resonance, also the phenoresonance. And so why the reason the phenoresonance? So actually we are considering here like a 2 mode, like one is wide-band mode, another is plasmonic mode. So when we change the different medium, actually this mode change, because so if we change the different medium, then it's from the wide-band mode it goes to the like the plasmonic mode, and most of the light it will go to the dielectric medium and it acts as a sensor. And so the plasmonic mode is more stronger for the sensing compared to the wide-band mode. And I change also different refracting index and see if change the different refracting index. I found that plasmonic mode actually changed, and most of the mode goes to the outside of the wideband. And for this reason, actually, if we change the different higher refracting index medium, then it has more sensitivity. That means the shifting will be more higher. Okay. And this is like experimentally I change. If you see from my structure, I change. I etch the structure with a different etching period, and I change the width and height of the structure. And this is experimentally, and I also did with simulation. And they are matching each other. So if we change the structure or if we change the medium, we can tune the resonance frequency. And similarly, if we change the thickness of different layer, like a silver, gold, or titanium, we can also tune the resonance frequency. Maximum resonance frequency shifting we get for the silver, because the silver is more sensitive for the plasmonic behavior. Similarly, I also use this one for the light scattering property. So I use this. This is the modeling result that I done. So if we change the different wavelength shine, the light diffract to the higher distance as we increase the different wavelength. And similarly, experimentally, if we shine with different light, it will goes to the higher diffraction angle. And this behavior, so DVD surface, it can be also used as a diffraction grating, and you can use this structure also for other spectroscopy application. And this is the customized setup that I am using. So I made this setup, and that setup I work with both mode, like the reflection mode, also transmission mode. So in my surface, I can make both, like at the same time, our device will work both transmission mode at the same time reflection mode, and you can measure this one simultaneously at real time. And here I make the performance. Why the CD? Why I choose the DVD? Why not CD? Because DVD is more sensitive compared to the CD. It has larger like a wide band width. And at the same time, if I change the different etching period, I can see it has a different performance based on the different etching period. If we change the refractive index of the bulk material, we can tune this ferroresonance property. So you can see experimentally here, this is experimental result. So if we change the different glycerol concentration, we can tune the wavelength. And at the same time, this is experimentally. And simulation and experimental, they are matching well. And similarly, so this is the reflection result. You can see here reflection property, and at the same time we can get also a transmission. So the same surface we make with semi-transparent, so that it can be worked with both mode. At the same time transmission mode, at the same time reflection mode, at the same time we can measure both property. At the same time, real time, we can measure both of them. And for the I use this surface also for HIV virus particle detection. So same method, same platform you can use also for other biotarget. So I use for HIV, I also use for the cancer exosome sensing. And for the surface functionalization, we use the simple method. We make like a overnight incubation, assembly the chip, and then EDC NHA surface chemistry, and then functionalize across the protein G, and then also like for the ATGP, this is for the GP120 for the virus, because in the HIV you have this specific kind of protein. So I want to capture this kind of protein from the HIV, so I can attach the surface. So I can functionalize the surface so that it can attach the HIV virus particle. And this is with a real time. If we I change with different. So this is like a we functionalize, and this is up to the you can see the GP120. So we can measure at real time, and this is for the 90-degree etching. I also done experiment for the 30 and also 60-degree etching. Their shifting is similar, but we get the maximum shifting for the 60-degree etching. And they are similar, and they are so here I also use like a protein G and like a recombinant GP120 and also like a GP120 protein, and we can see if we change the different concentration, we can get the shifting, and also at the real time we can measure them. And finally, for the HIV detection, so we can functionalize the DVD surface, and we can use this surface to also capture the virus particle. This is one example of the virus particle that I detect. So in conclusion, we can use the same DVD platform for the biosensing. We can detect, the analyze, and that will be low cost. At the same time, you no need to go for the fabrication, clean room facilities, and it will reduce your cost. And also this is simple, and so you can your device will be smart, low cost, and so it will reduce your complexity. And I can use this one up to like I can use the glycerol concentration up to 0.05, And I also make the I also can measure this one with exosome sensing. For this one, you have to functionalize your surface with a CD63 antibody or protein, so you can make target the specific antibody or protein. So the same surface you can functionalize with a different antibody or protein to capture the different biotarget. And finally, here I like to acknowledge my team, my supervisor, or my PI, and also my other team member. And finally, I also like to acknowledge my project that they are funding, like the NIH grant. So I like to also like to acknowledge them. And finally, thank you for your attention.